everyone. I'm Denise Johnson. I'm a independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Bedford, New Hampshire. I run Stamp Designs with Denise on Facebook. And today I have some manly cards that I am going to show you using two different stamp sets from the new annual catalog with Stampin' Up! I'm just going to make sure that my live video has started so that people can join me. And we're going to get started here fairly quickly because I can hear some thunder off in the distance, and I want to make sure I get this video done before it looks like a big huge thundercloud is headed this way, and we might get some torrential rain in here, and I don't want it to interfere with my internet. So we do desperately need the rain, so I am hoping that we finally get a storm. They seem to have been skirting around our area lately, and we haven't been getting the rain that some other areas around us are. So I can actually see the wind picking up outside now as well. So I think I'm going to flip the camera here and we will get started so that I can get this done and then maybe hopefully enjoy a good old-fashioned thunderstorm. So let me get you flipped. So I'm just going to go over quickly some housekeeping items here. The new paper pumpkin that's coming out until you can subscribe until August 10th is called World's Greatest, and it's a way to celebrate everyday heroes in your life. It said that there are 9 cards and envelopes. It uses distinctive stamp set, and it will be geared more towards men. Well, not geared towards men. It can be for anybody, but it will be appropriate for men as well. It's not going to be flowery or sparkly or that sort of thing. So it'll be good to celebrate all the heroes in our lives. And certainly with this current situation, there are a lot of heroes emerging around us. July, we are still doing the bonus days. If you place an order for $50 in product, you will get a $5 coupon code that can be used anytime during the month of August. I highly recommend that if you have items on your wish list that you take advantage of this now, because who doesn't like to get free stuff later? Anytime is a good time to join Stampin' Up! If you're interested in that, I would love to talk to you about that. This is our new holiday catalog that can come out. If you are a demonstrator, you can pre-order from this catalog at this time. Otherwise, it will go live August 4th for everybody else. And if you would like a copy of this catalog, I have some coming sometime this week, and I would be happy to get you your very own catalog. And that is all my housekeeping stuff for now. If you'd like to place an order in July, your order is less than $150, I ask that you please use my July host code. You'll receive a free gift from me. If your order is over $150, you will still get a free gift from me, but you will also be able to earn your own Stampin' Up! Rewards with that purchase. And if you spend $150, you'll get 3 $5 coupons to use in August. So we're going to use 2 sets today out of the catalog, and there is a little section in this current catalog. It's called Let's Hear It for the Boys. So one of the stamp sets I'm going to use is this one called Game On, which has cards, dice, the chess set. There's a few other stamp sets in here. And then the second set we're going to use is called Whiskey Business, which I think would be good for anyone that likes some good bourbon, scotch, whiskey. So those are the 2 sets we'll be using today. We're going to be doing what I call a Z-fold card. So this will be our first card using the Game On stamp set, and basically your cardstock. It's just the way you score your cardstock, and then when you fold it, it looks like a Z. This is the stamp set we're going to use, and then I'm also using the Happiest of Birthdays because it has this sentiment that we're going to put on the inside of the card. So our card base is 11 inches by 4 1/4. I've scored this at 5 1/2 and at 2 3/4. So let me just get my bone folder. It's basically folding it in half and then folding the top flap back like this. So I have used my designer series paper today that I'm using on both cards is the In Good Taste designer series paper. So it has all of these wood patterns, tiles, stone, some textile like carpeting type things, maybe some wallpaper type papers in it. So this is what we'll be using today. So this first card, did I say that the color I'm using is gray granite, and then this is the designer series paper I will be using, has this stone type pattern in it. So we're going to get this attached. The front piece is 4 inches by 2 1/2. I watched a video on how to use my seal, and of course now I was doing very well with it. So the trick is, they say to flip up like that when you get to the end, and then your end shouldn't retract back into the tape runner. So we'll try that and see. It's really nice tape. My problem has been getting it started, but I seem to think once I get it started, it works well. There we go. So hope I'm in the camera range. Hi Amy, it looks like Amy has joined us on Facebook. Put that there. And now I have used the stitched rectangle shapes in order to cut out my front panel and then 2 of the white panels. I like these because they have, I don't know if you can see the detail on it, but it creates a stitched edge on your piece of paper. So it just adds a little extra detail to it. If you don't have these, I will include the measurements for what the paper is on the Facebook video once it finishes, and then that way you can just use your paper trimmer and cut it to the right size. So with this, I'm going to make sure that I only put my tape on the left side here, because that's the only side I want attached. So that's all ready to go. So let's do some stamping now. So I'm also using the gray granite ink, sort of a monotone card. So on the front, I'm going to do the chess pieces. Right in the middle like that. My sentiment, which is hope your day is all fun and games, will go on the smaller piece. Again, this was also cut with the stitched rectangle shapes. Pretty centered. Let's try it again. We have 2 sides, so we always get 2 chances to do this. There we go. There, that's centered a little bit better. And again, these are homemade. If you want perfect, you go to Hallmark, but if you want it homemade and made with love, it's okay if it's not perfect. So this inside sentiment is the one that comes from the Happiest Birthdays. It's your day, enjoy it. So I'm going to put this on my inside piece of Whisper White, and then I have this little grid pattern. Looks like a checkerboard. I'm just going to use it to on the corners here. There we go. So see, pretty easy, pretty fast to get that done. I'm going to attach this right to the front. I'm going to use some dimensionals to attach my sentiment. Put that down here. And then this is my inside piece. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that it's centered inside of here so that when the card is closed, you don't see this sticking out on either side. There you go. I like fun folds. It just sort of, when people get it in the mail, it gives them something a little bit different than your traditional card. So it stands up nicely too on a mantle. So that's our first card. Our second card is going to use the Whiskey Business stamp set. So I'm going to go more with the tans and browns on this card. So we have our 11" by 4 1/4 inch. It's scored at 5 1/2 inches. The center fold is at 2 3/4 inches. Just use my bone folder to give it a nice crease. I have and this is Early Espresso. I have my front panel, and then I have Very Vanilla is what's going to be my neutral color. I have 2 of those, one for the outside, one for the inside. Okay, sorry about that. I think I'm back. For some reason, my phone started ringing. I thought it was shut off, but apparently not. So let's see where I was. I have my Early Espresso for the front. I have my 2 pieces of Very Vanilla, one for the inside, one for the outside. And then I have my In Good Taste Designer Series paper. This one is 4 inches by 2 1/2 inches. This one is 4 inches by 2 3/4 inches. So we'll get these attached and then we'll do some stamping. It's getting darker and windier outside, and that thunder sounds like it's getting closer, so I'm hoping the skies are going to open up here pretty soon. Okay, and we'll attach this front piece. Remember, just put the adhesive on one side so you don't attach it all the way across the card. So this one is going to orient it different than the other one. The other one I did sideways like this. This one I'm going to orient like this because the whiskey bottle doesn't fit that way. So I am using Crumb Cake as my ink for the bottle. Sort of put that up near the top here. And then my sentiment is going to be stamped in the Early Espresso. And this says, sending you an old-fashioned birthday card. Kind of a play on words. There we go. There's that. And then on the inside, we have this glass. I'm going to do in the, nope, I'm not doing that in Early Espresso. I want to do that one in the Crumb Cake. This is what happens when you have 2 ink pads open up in front of you. So do one glass there, and then sort of, The sentiment's going to say cheers to you, so I want to do it so they look like maybe they're clinking. Cheers. There we go. Little cricket on that one, which is what I wanted. Then the cheers to you I'm going to do in the early espresso up at the top. There we go. I re-inked my early espresso earlier and it's really dark. It might be a little bit, might have put too much ink on it. So let me close these so I don't get ink everywhere. And then we will attach these. So this will go there, and then the other one with the glasses will go inside. Here. And then I thought that the liquid inside the bottle and the glasses needed a little bit of color. So I'm using my Stampin' blend, which is an ivory color. Stampin' Up! Has two colors. One is ivory and the other one is copper, and they are used for skin tone. But I thought this would be a good color for my whiskey or bourbon, whatever you think should be in the bottle. I didn't add any embellishments or anything to these cards because they're supposed to be for men, and I don't think men need rhinestones. I do tend to add sparkly to everything, but for this purpose, I think that they're just fine the way they are. I don't want to color in my ice cubes because I want those to be clear, so I'm just going around and coloring in the liquid. And there we go. These are both Z-fold cards with the insides decorated as well. So I hope you like those. I do have some swaps I received in the mail earlier in the week. So I'd like to share those with you just to show you some of the other items that are in the catalog. This is the Basket of Blooms stamp set, and it uses that small bloom punch. The paper is embossed with the Old World paper embossing folder. This card was made by Sue Souza. This uses that same Baskets of Blooms, I guess is what it's called, and then she had the small bloom punch. Her embossing folder she used is the Ornate Floral. This card uses the Whale of a Time suite, and she, hope you can see, she's got everything all sparkled out on this one. I don't have a name for, I don't know who sent me that one. This also uses that, and this is also a fun fold. This was by Emily Tull. So that opens up. I love this paper. So much detail in that paper. It's very pretty. This is another fun fold. This uses the Hippo Happiness stamp set, and it opens like this. That was by Lisa Nealand. This set uses today's tiles. It's a two-step stamping set, so you would she stamped the Misty Moonlight Blue first, and then that's probably the Magenta Madness that she used on it. That was by Judith Rodriguez. This is a card I got from Ruth Bindle, and she used the Boho Indigo Product Medley. This one's nice, colorful flowers. It is the Framed for You stamp set, and this is the Happiest of Birthdays stamp, the sentiment that I had showed earlier that I used. The next two cards used the Peony Garden Suite, and this is a Z fold as well. And this is also uses the Peony Garden And then the die cut behind is the from the Many Medallions die. This is Queen Anne's Lace stamp set. The shapes are all the Stitch So Sweetly dies. In the embossing folder is the Tasteful Textile. It just gives the paper a little bit of texture. And then that's it. Those are the cards I got in my swap this week. Again, thank you for watching. If you comment or share, you will be entered in for a raffle prize. Again, use my July host code if you're placing an order. And if you would like to subscribe to my blog, I'd really appreciate that. And remember to leave a little sparkle wherever you go. And I think I'm going to get out of here before the rain starts. Have a great day, everyone.